Hey, beautiful people, this is Stretch Our Dollars. I appreciate you guys stopping by the channel. I just wanted to share some bits and pieces of our vacation and how we save money by using penny food and clearance food and really saving that money that we could have just eaten out, and we'll use that money towards the next vacation. We even brought leftovers from last Thanksgiving, and I just pan fried some New York strip and finished it in the oven. Utilize penny milk to make instant mashed potatoes, utilize the water bottle, and whatever leftovers that we had, we turned around and we used it the next day for omelets. Even the Dollar General frozen food, everything doesn't have to be given away, everything doesn't have to be eaten up. We found these coffee pods on clearance last summer at Walmart, almost a year now. 25 cents because it's a 10 count package for a pot of coffee. Who can beat a pot of coffee for 25 cents? This Smithfield bacon was $2.50 on clearance. And with us, good thing we were on vacation, because when I cook a whole pack of bacon, we snack on bacon. This is shelf stable Splenda coffee creamer. I even make sure I keep enough bags from Walgreens. You know, there's always a deal. Buy one box, get two free. And when anytime you're dealing with any type of meat, you want to make sure you have gloves. And it's really your own preference whether or not you care about using holiday plates in the summertime. We typically don't. See what I mean about the bacon? Oh, it's so good when it's, oh, that's why I like the canned bacon, because I can't readily just reach in there and just snack on it. But these are grits. I pulled these grits out of a container back I bought from Bilo. The store's not even in business anymore, back in 2020. This is why sometimes, even at remodels, that I ask you guys, and I suggest to you, go for the things that you want first and that you need. Two clearance events ago, there was a lot of juice on clearance. I just recycled the containers. They always give you a starter set of salt and pepper, but that's enough to season a plate of food. If you're going to cook and save on vacation, I reuse containers for seasoning salt. These bacon bits were at Walmart in case we want a salad. A friend of mine, a lot of these deals I posted on Instagram, these were 50 cents, 25 cents with a 50-cent Ibotta rebate. And it's barbecue sauce. When Mr. Man goes and picks up his hotcakes and sausage and brings it home, I'll save the syrup packs for traveling, and he can use the big bottle of syrup in the house for his hotcakes and sausage. This way, we always have some in a portable container without having to take a whole bottle of pancake syrup on vacation with us and then worry about bringing it home, the portion that we don't use. So just some suggestions. I know now Walmart. Oh, I got this popcorn salt from Amazon. It was on a deal. Nice little container a friend of mine, Mommy Clearance, gave me. And this is just some granulated onion because I didn't feel like bringing an onion or buying an onion. Over here, I like this really deep sink. You guys always see the platters and the different plates that go on clearance. These are all penny containers from remodel hauls, penny snacks from remodels. If anybody needs that UPC code, just ask. Look at all the penny items that you can utilize and save money. Because a lot of times, just, opening a pack of nuts, riding down the road, or a granola bar will stop you. All of these are penny items. Stop you from pulling into a fast food place. And now you can't leave a fast food joint without dropping $20 or $25. I stocked up at Walmart last year after Christmas with a lot of paper plates and saucers for 19 cents. I even use the Easter platters and the spring platters for cutting boards. There's just so many different things that you can use. These weren't necessarily a penny at Easter last year, but they gave them to me for a penny. I think they were just trying to get rid of them. And we always package up our flours or our pancake mixes, our instant potatoes. And when I got back home, it was easy for me just to put it right back in the container that they came out of. Let me stir these grits. Don't want to burn this man's grits. The way I stored these grits was I vacuum sealed them with an oxygen absorber in a jar. But as I was saying, you're talking about that is 10 days worth of coffee and creamer for $3.75. I'll show you guys what else we have. We don't bring a lot of food, but I got the tuna fish back there, 50 cents a can, 75 cents at Family Dollar for the frosting. I might bring one side dish of something out of the, out of our pantry. This was a great deal. I like snacking on olives. These are like $4 each package, but they had an Amazon glitch where you got 6 of these packages in a case, and I got the whole case for $4. But see the various ways that you can still enjoy a vacation. You don't have to starve. You don't have to scrimp. These were minute rice, is it called? They were 30 cents on clearance at Walmart. It was a deal I posted on Instagram. And what's the most expensive thing coming to food? When it's concerning food, it's your meat. And it also takes the longest to cook. So, wrapped in some penny bubble wrap, my home canned jars of meat came with us. That was another Aquafina water deal I did at Walmart. Clearance New York strip. I think it was 2 in a package for like $14. And a lot of these drinks and everything except that jelly, I hated to pay full price. Oh gosh, it hurt me. You guys, this little container has been coming back to resorts with me for the last 3 years, believe it or not. I just refill it at home and bring it back. I know they say they always give you a starter, but why throw it away? It's a cute container. And I do want to, they give you a starter kit. So they give you a little box of powder detergent, dish detergent for the dishwasher, and bags. I do want to apologize for those who are new to the channel. If you hear me smacking, and those who are not new, I apologize. I have to keep a Vicks Vapor Cool Cough Drop in my mouth. I'm still trying to ascertain what is behind this cough that I've had for 3 months. If I don't, and I don't do it intentionally, and I know it's rude, so please forgive me, I can't talk to you because I cough nonstop, and then it will strain this intercostal muscle again. So I apologize for that. Please bear with me and don't think that I'm rude and just smacking, because there's a reason behind it. So nonetheless, look, you guys, this is from our patio, our balcony. The lazy river was there. I beat Mr. Man, yes I did, in water basketball. Over there was the basketball court, and those were the swings that you saw in the beginning of the video that we were sitting on. And what a gorgeous sunset. I've never been to a resort to where I didn't see a lot of bugs. So we're back inside. When I'm on vacation, I am on vacation, beautiful people. I don't go home with dirty clothes. I might wash clothes halfway through the vacation and then, finish up the night before. Things will be where they are. We will get to them and put this place back in order before we leave. We do enough rearranging when we're home. I love these bags, Be Green, from Amazon. I found them a few years ago. I think it was 5 in a deal, 5, together. I got myself some and my mom some, and they're just perfect. I keep them in my glove box. I never know when I'm going to need a reusable bag. I always believe in recycling. So here's my Talenti gelato container full of my change. Here's my little book. but Mr. Man didn't drive anyway. He didn't drive this time, so I couldn't do any word search. And wherever I am, I'm going to clean, because it's not clean until it's my clean. So, I mean, nothing against any kind of housekeepers or cleaning services. I just am who I am. This is the second bedroom. This unit was a 2-bedroom unit. It slept 6 people. It slept four people privately, and it slept 6 people all together because there was a pull-out sofa. I fully intended to do my nails. Never got to it. But the intent was there. This is just me coming back from Dollar General and from Kroger. We were out of soda. Mr. Man was out of soda. And I just want to say to you guys, I don't care that this resort was in a gated community, a gated resort. They didn't have security on the premises that I ever saw the whole week. And a lot of us get on vacation and we get caught up in the atmosphere and we forget our sense of security. Always have somebody meet you. I got in the car, I called Mr. Man, I said, come on down, I'm back. And he came down and he loaded up the Hawking bag, which had 3 12-packs of soda. There was soda in the cooler. It had his potato chips. It had my DG penny fines. And Hawking bag just performed like a champ. So these were the instant potatoes and the New York strip and the free corn on the cob that someone gave us. Not bad, huh? I think this meal would have probably cost us about $60 at a restaurant. And at least, guess what? We can eat, get the itis, our tummies full, and lay on a chair or lay on a bed and Netflix and chill for all you young folks. Let's have our penny drinks. I can't have a slide or show you guys anything without incorporating the pennies. And for my preppers, look at how gorgeous this resort was. We had absolutely perfect weather all week except for Friday night where it stormed. We were looking for the horseshoes. We never found them. We found a horseshoe pit, but I don't know if somebody didn't return them or, the actual equipment. But hey, I keep a backup plan. So we brought the dominoes along. That was the horseshoe pit, the bocce ball, the shuffleboard, and those were the swings we were sitting on. A lot of times I'll pick a resort just based on how spacious it is, because I can't get on the exit without running into a traffic jam where I live. So just to be back home as in younger years, and enjoying the openness, that's all I go for. I love the fact that they had many pavilions and outdoor cooking spaces, and I always like composite tables and chairs. You don't have to worry about splinters. We had a nice restaurant next door. It was a seafood restaurant, Hudson Seafood. We didn't go, but it was nice. Like I was saying previously, these penny platters with this clearance ham, they come in handy as cutting boards. Yeah, they provided a cutting board, but as much as it seems like I probably was cooking, I just wasn't in a lot of wash a bunch of dishes, clean up mode. And I don't know if you guys can understand or relate with me, but after canning and freeze drying and penny shopping and clearance shopping and gardening and doing all kinds of stuff at home, I wanted a vacation too. But nonetheless, here are the leftovers and a piece of ham steak that I'm just cutting up, and I'm just going to incorporate that into an omelet. This was our last night, and we really did our best to eat the food that we took. This was some rice that I had cooked. Sometimes I will cook 10 or 15 pounds of rice in a rice cooker, freeze it or freeze dry it. I only put my rings on my jars when I'm traveling. because if the seal breaks, then the ring is holding it down. And I'm just going to show you guys quickly. I appreciate you guys for hanging in with me this long. But we know how long a roast takes to cook in the oven. So let's see how super fast I can, put a meal on the table. And it's already cooked. All of this meat was raw packed. I just chopped up that clearance roast. And yes, I said clearance. I rarely buy any food at regular price. I really do. So it's simmering in the pan. I went ahead and I vacuum sealed the rice. I microwaved it. I'm going to go ahead and the roast made its own broth. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix some, maybe about a teaspoon or a half or a tablespoon of flour in a cup of cold water just to thicken it up. And that way he has a nice gravy. Mr. Man loves gravy and rice. Whether it's my stewed turkey wings and rice, whether it's some beef gravy and rice, whether it's some roasted chicken gravy and rice, he loves gravy and rice. If he loves it, I like it. So I'm just going to cook this. And please remember, any new cookers out there, that you want to let this flour that you've added cook. A lot of people don't realize that flour is raw. And being that this meat was raw packed, meaning I put it in a jar raw, I went ahead and I pressure canned it, that the juices and there's no flavoring or seasoning in this. I might have put some, a teaspoon or half a teaspoon of salt and some pepper. But you want to season your gravy, because the flour and the water is going to make it taste bland. Nobody wants plain chalky tasting gravy. See how nicely this rice, and this is brown rice. I would never waste a vacation cooking brown rice on the stove. So that's why a lot of times I'll cook it ahead of time. And we all know, look how super fast I was able to get it on the plate. Just warming up the rice and basically just making a gravy. We still had leftovers. You know who I am. I washed those Ziploc bags out. I packed those leftovers up when they cooled and put them in the freezer. But here's a PSA for you guys. We were logging into Netflix. It was already signed in. And the parents' account and profile was locked, but the child's wasn't. I was able to look at their email, their name, and everything else. I'm screaming. I'm still screaming. Because do you know I can find your address and all of your relatives with just your email address? Please sign out of your Netflix account. Please keep your kids safe. We don't want anybody locating you after you're home from vacation and walking up to your kids saying, "Hey, Lily," and that was the kid's name. That's all I'm going to share. At the bus stop, and then your kid's missing. Sign out of your streaming services. I'm just doing a walkthrough. I've been a timeshare owner. I bought the timeshare when my youngest, who's going on 27 now, was 1. And even though it's not a requirement to strip beds anymore, I strip beds anyway for 2 reasons. To make sure that I haven't lost the earring. And believe it or not, this is the first vacation I did not take any earrings or jewelry on vacation. It was a relief. So, and the second reason was to save the housekeepers. Yeah, I mean, every weekend they do this. This is their job. This is what they get paid for. I don't care. The fact of the matter is, if I can make somebody else's day a little easier, if they can take their lunch break or knock off their shift or sit down 5 minutes earlier before they go home, to their own kids that they have something to do, make their life a little easier, then hey, I'm going to do it. So I like the elevated, the chair height toilets in this resort, because some of us older folks know that, like I said, I've been owning a timeshare since my youngest has been 1. So I no longer pack pool toys. I'll pack heating pads. I might pack all of the Bengay. I might pack the Reacher. Depends, you know, we're packing things that are age appropriate. But I love the fact, I'm just giving you guys a last glance. Always videotape. I always videotape the unit because I want to document how I left it. I put things back. Even though I was leaving, I made sure I still hit everything because I brought it with me. I mean, I'm a couponer. So what do I have that I may utilize this week that I can't get again? Absolutely nothing. So I hit all the, you know, the furniture with some Febreze fabric fresher and opened all the shutters and, you know, just tried to make housekeeping job a little easier. I usually leave the cabinets open, and if they're closed, then that means either Mr. Man or I did the last dummy check, and we call it a dummy check because you get home and it's like, oh, you big dummy, you left this there. Oh, you big dummy, I left that there. So that's why we do our dummy checks, because it's a lot easier to double back while you're there than to get home 5 and 6 hours later and realize you left something. But I love the fact that when I go to a resort, I can bring everything I want to bring or bring nothing. And I can still have the comforts of home as much as I want. I mean, I'm not going to kid you guys. Sometimes I go on vacation and it's just like, oh no, we're about to eat out every day this week. You know, but with inflation and inflation being, you know, it's not just the elevated price of what things cost. Inflation is really the devaluing of our dollar. So we know, meaning our dollar is not going as far as it used to go. So I can't sit there and allot $100 a night for an 8-day, 7-night resort accommodation and think that's going to get it like it did 5 years ago, because it won't. So any way I can stretch our dollars and save our money, and we ate out absolutely one time. We went to Chick-fil-A, and even with Chick-fil-A, I utilized some of my reward points that we had. So and still turned around and earned a free chicken sandwich. But nonetheless, we do what we can with what we have. And it's always been my motto that save where I can and splurge where I want. So the fact that we did not eat out on vacation this week, you know, I added up our duckies and I'm like, hey, Mr. Man, that's enough money for another vacation. So that's what we'll be doing. This 2-bedroom unit, being that I'm a timeshare owner, and this is not my home resort. My home resort is back, you know, in Atlantic City. So we paid for 8-day, 7-night accommodations. It was $200 and some dollars, and it actually came to like $328 because I renewed my interval membership, which was $99. We rented a Kia Sorento SUV from Budget, and I always get a discount with them because I've been a Fast Break member and Avis Preferred for decades. Well, not decades, but as long as they've been around. So that rental was actually about $300 and some dollars, I think, a week. And it was so much because we got it from the airport and the airport fees. But nonetheless, it was easier to do it that way because we could pick it up any hour of the day that we needed to. Only thing I hated about this resort, with my joint conditions, I hate tile floors. They hurt. This is how close to the elevator our unit was. It was a breeze to just walk out of our room, get on the elevator with the Hawking bags, go down, and bam, there we go. Only issues we ran into was, like I was showing you guys the night scene coming back. This was the trash receptacle, so Mr. Van didn't have far to go empty the trash, was the parking. But even with the parking being full at night, it was easy for him to just, hey, I'm in the car, come down, and he load up the Hawking bag and we go on in. So you guys, I appreciate you guys coming along with me, and thank you so much, and stay blessed, be safe, and this is Stretch Our Dollars.